Hello, and thank you very much for being with us here on France 24. First of all, what do you think made voters in New Hampshire go big for Donald Trump, and where does this leave the other Republican candidates?
Well, there is a very strong anti-establishment feeling that's been ascertained in various opinion polls for months, and even the affirmation of Donald Trump in Iowa, where he came a close second to Senator Ted Cruz, confirms this. What is not clear is whether this is something that opens up other opportunities for Trump, meaning is this the ceiling? In other words, the 34-35%, which is huge, which is significant, that he gets now in New Hampshire. Can this be augmented? Keeping in mind also that the voters that are, favoring traditional candidates have scattered their votes among 3, 4, potentially even 5 of them. Because if you consider Governor Kasich, former Governor Bush, Senator Rubio, Governor Christie, and even Carly Fiorina, who are more traditional, type of politicians or political people with political aspirations, if you combine their votes, there are more votes than Trump. The point is that these votes are fragmented.
And what can we make from the two-horse Democrat race and Bernie Sanders' win?
Same thing, only on the other side. Namely, what is really surprising is that Bernie Sanders, who is, as a politician in Washington, D.C., has been a kind of a fixture. He was a member of the House of Representatives, then a senator, an independent, but self-described as a socialist. He's a complete abnormality in American politics. He has absolutely no following in Washington. He can't really, coalesce around anything or anybody, and yet he is the main, in fact, the only challenger to the anointed establishment candidate that is Hillary Clinton. And that is really astonishing that he has even gotten this far, and to this victory, although keeping in mind that New Hampshire is a very small state with a small population, but is 60% to less than 40% for Hillary Clinton, is really astonishing. What is not clear, again, is where Bernie Sanders has the staying power to keep winning, across the nation. However, this victory shows, and if you look at the demographics, the people who voted for Sanders are mostly young people. Sanders promises welfare, free education, free medical care, free everything, more or less. And there are a lot of young people who seem to be willing to believe that this is possible, and that it is possible to finance additional welfare spending and entitlements and what have you through higher taxation for the rich. Again, these are very untraditional views in America, but it shows that they have, a significant following, at least this early in the game.
Can you tell us, if you can, about the significance of New Hampshire and the nature of the voters there?
Well, the significance is symbolic, really, because it's traditionally the state that starts the political process, and therefore there is pundits and analysts and pollsters want to read whatever they want to read in this elections. And quite often people talk about momentum, about the fact that if you start very well in New Hampshire, then other voters in other states, South Carolina is going to come next, may be inclined to jump on the bandwagon, if you wish, of the winner. This sometimes happens. Quite often it doesn't happen at all. So it's not that there is a clear script whereby the winner in New Hampshire is assured of great success later on, or even if they're assured of success, meaning that they get to obtain the party nomination, that then they go ahead and win the national election. So, it's all symbolism. New Hampshire has less than 2 million people. I think it's 1.3 million people. America has 310 million people. So there are about 500,000 voters. This is significant, but it's not definitive in any way. What is significant about New Hampshire is that many people are independents. So, in other words, are willing to go wherever they want and follow the inclination of the moment. Whether their inclination is also reflective of the national inclination, it's a different story. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.